When I started toy collecting, it took me almost 2 weeks deciding what to actually start collecting. So on this video, we're going to compare Nendoroids and Scale Figures to help you decide. Coming up! Hey everybody, welcome to Rayven's Playroom. On this channel we have weekly toy and gaming videos, so if you love toys and games, consider subscribing. So I have asked beginner collectors what they consider before they start collecting, and that's what we will be using as comparison. First one is the size. One Nendoroid is only about 10 centimeters tall and 5 centimeters wide, which is a lot smaller than most scale figures. But it still depends on the scale figure that you consider to buy. For scale figures, you'd usually hear 1/6, 1/7, or 1/3, and as the second number lowers, the bigger the figure gets, up to 1:1 or 1:1, which is already a life-sized figure. But just to give you an idea, the figure that I have here for Bakugo is 1/8, about 22.5 centimeters. As you can see, size is one of the biggest differences of a Nendoroid and scale figure. Considering the size of the collectibles, this is also something you have to keep in mind on how much space you have for your collectibles. If you have a small space for them, it would be better for you to go for Nendoroids at the beginning rather than scale figures. Second is form. Nendoroid series is a chibi or super deformed style in comparison to a scale figure. It tries to depict as accurate as possible on how something or someone looks like. On a Nendoroid, the head is bigger than the body, which is opposite of what is usually seen in a scale figure, where the body is much bigger than the head. This is in order to give the Nendoroid that cute look a lot of people are looking for. So anyone can be cute if it's a Nendoroid, and personally I have not seen a scary Nendoroid just yet. If you have one, please let me know as well. A scale figure is a highly detailed figure. It comes with more color accuracy, as you can see on the flame part of Shoto. Third point of comparison is playability or posability. Most of these scale figures that I have only come with one pose, which is what you can already see on this video. There are some parts that are replaceable and swappable, like the head, hands, but it is very limited and sometimes they only come as bonus parts for an extra price. Now with Nendoroids, right out of the box, it comes with many expressions, faceplates, parts, and accessories that can better reflect the personality of the character. Because it has more parts, there is definitely more playability in Nendoroids compared to scale figures. The moment you unbox them, you simply put them in your glass cabinet and that's it. So as a bonus for Nendoroids, the more Nendoroids that you get, the more playable they become. Because you can swap Nendoroid parts even if they are not from the same series or from the same character. Like what you can see on the video, I swapped the head of Ochako and Midoriya, which is totally weird, but I hope it makes the point of variety and playability. I'll show you what usually comes in a Nendoroid box. So here are all the parts that came with Ochako. Multiple faceplates, different expressions, costumes, and hands. You can swap them anytime you'd like. I'll also show you Katsuki broken down to its parts, so you can see there is a lot of playability as this Bakugo Nendoroid has a lot of joints. You can pose him pretty much any way you want, and it comes with a base as well, which is most of the time included without any extra price. Fourth point to compare is the price. Like most figures, both the Nendoroid and scale figures also increase in the price the rarer they get. So if you're looking for a Nendoroid that is hard to find in the market, then expect that Nendoroid to be a bit more expensive than usual. For this My Hero Academia Hero set that I have, Midoriya cost 4,444 yen before tax and shipping. That's about $43 right now. And the scale figure is $84 before shipping. Costs nearly twice as much for the scale figure. Honestly, the scale figure that I have for Midoriya is not that expensive yet compared to others, which can range up to $100. The more expensive the scale figure gets, the bigger it would be. The material used would be better, like resin. The more details it would come with. If you are collecting on a budget, I'd highly suggest to collect Nendoroids first, and from time to time try to gift yourself with a scale figure. And for the last part of comparison, it would be for character representation. This is a big consideration, especially very few people want to collect figures that are not a good representation of how they know them based on the manga or anime or whichever point of reference it would be. For character representation, Nendoroids have more expressions you can play with right out of the box compared to a scale figure. Sometimes scale figures come in fighting stances, poses, or happy poses, but most of the time you can change them. Both Nendoroids and scale figures have good character representations. Now that you know the differences of a scale figure and Nendoroid in terms of size, form, playability, price, and character representation, comes the question, which one do you really want to collect? As for my recommendation, start with whichever would give you the most satisfaction. When I say satisfaction, this is for me, for example. I never get tired of looking at my collection even if I stare at them for about 30 minutes. In other words, buy what you really want. If you are tight on budget, Nendoroid is easily the go-to collection. If you have a lot of budget and space, go for scale figures. If you like photography and portability, go for Nendoroids, because it is extremely risky to bring scale figures to other places as they are also fragile. For Nendoroids, you can put them back in the box and then assemble them again. Here, I'll show you one more time a quick look at Nendoroids and Scale Figures. If you simply want to display your collection, then go for Scale Figures. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and for more contents like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Fellow collectors, good luck and have fun!